Hello everyone, and as always, I hope you're searching for that inner light because it is in there, waiting for you to discover it. And today, I kind of want to talk a little bit about letting go. And recently I had posted a video. It was about abuse, and it was Terry Crews, and he had spoke about how one of his early memories was his father striking his mother with all the might that he had. And one of the fears that he had is he said he loved her. If he loves her and he's doing that to her, what's he gonna do to me? And I totally can relate to that because I've lived in that for many years in my life. And it's not it's not easy. Because when you're younger, you're watching it happen, and the thing you want to do is you just want to strike out, and you can't because you're too little, and anything you say, they don't listen to you anyways, and it breaks you apart because it's your parents, and it's two of the people that you love the most, and they're fighting, and you're seeing them hurt each other, and it does a lot to your soul when you can't do anything about it. But I remember I was 16 years old, and I decided to get the courage to strike back, and I was up north because we always went camping, and that was something we always did as a family, right? And I don't know, he got in a fight over a fishing reel or some shit that he bought. It wasn't working right or something. I don't know, something stupid, and started getting really verbally abusive with my mom and everyone around him, because that's what he did. He just took it out on everybody. So I remember him slapping my mom, and I fucking I went and grabbed a 2x4 from the woodpile, and I broke it over his fucking back, and it felt good, even though I love my father, despite what he does and still does to this day. It's a rough thing to watch, it's two people you love, and something you want to do is to change the situation or try to mediate it, and every time you do, it seems like things get worse. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I've watched my mother stay in this relationship and in this marriage despite how toxic it is to her, because she was too afraid of change. She was too afraid to leave, too afraid of not having anything, too afraid of not having a place to live. And there's a lot of fears that go into that. But you know what? There's also a lot of damage done when you stay in a situation like that. Not only to yourself, because I've witnessed it in my mom being able to feel her emotions on a deep empathic level is it's pretty hard some days. And then I look back when I was a kid and witnessing all those times, I was like, damn, man, that was, those were rough, because it takes away so much from you. You always have, you hear about other people and their families are so well knit or whatever, so they put it on anyways, is that way. But my point being is, if you're in a toxic situation and it's painful, I don't care how bleak the outlook is, leaving will always be better because it will create new opportunities, even if you don't see it in the beginning. And I got divorced myself and I left, and it wasn't abusive or anything, but I mean, what I'm saying is I took the initiative for the change. I wasn't happy with the situation, and I changed it. Now, that's different from someone who has been in an abusive relationship, but remember, I've grown up around it, and I'm still around it as I help my aging parents and stuff. So it's like trying to help the devil, so to speak, over here, keep him on life support, and then keep God on life support at the same time, or whatever, however you guys want to view it. And or darkness over here and light over here. So I got to feed both. And it's a rough situation, and I don't want to see anyone go through that kind of stuff. And I know a lot about my father's upbringing and a lot about what shaped his behavior, but here's something that I want people to be aware of. I don't give a fuck what your past is. You are responsible for fixing those traumas and not carrying them on and passing them on to someone else. And so at one time, I used to see myself being like my father, not in a physical way, but I did get physical before, after I was struck first, but that's beside the point. I seen it going that way with my anger and the way I would yell and scream insults, and and it was a toxic marriage. I mean, she even punched me in the face before. I'm driving another car, I get socked in the face, wham! And my friends are like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, see." And so it was a toxic marriage, but the more I stayed into it, the more it got physical between the two of us. And neither one makes one right. And, even pushing her, knowing that I'm bigger was wrong, and so I admitted my wrongs, she admitted her wrongs, and I was like, man, this is just not going anywhere. Look at what we're doing to the kids, look at what's happening to the environment around us. And that's when I made the decision, hey, something's got to change, something's got to give. And, that brought me into another lesson, because being scared to leave myself, I created a situation in which would make her leave me. And I went outside my marriage. Whew. Let me tell you, that was a karmic lesson, a 7-year lesson that I had to learn. The grass is not greener on the other side for any other reason than it's fake. So many times the grass appears greener because it's fake. But that is a lesson in itself. And and it led me into another toxic situation where I kept looking for love because I couldn't find love within myself. So I kept looking for it. And I found it in this girl that I went outside my marriage with. I was like, oh, this is the one, man. She is just loving me for me, stroking the ego, and going out and stroking others in the process, But it's still a lesson to be learned. In all of it, there's no hate in any of it. But the thing is you got to be able to take the initiative to change it. You can't be content and think that that's the only thing. You can't worry about being alone the rest of your life, or scared to let go of, the old. I think the lesson I've learned over the last couple of years, 3 years of my life, is the more I let go, the more that seems to come into my life. The more I let go of the old things that no longer serve me, the more that I let go of the things that are holding me back, that are hurting me, and the more that I embrace that is nourishing my soul, the more that seems to be fed to me. And so I encourage you guys out there, anyone in an abusive relationship or any kind of situation you're in that's not nourishing that soul, take some initiative, focus, because if you want it, you'll make the change. You got to face your fears and you got to let go. And it's hard. It's a lot easier said than done. That's why a lot of us talk more than we do. I did a lot of the work. Isolation, and recently I seen a post and it said something about the isolated family member is the one who becomes awakened or whatever. Yeah, that's true. You go through so many changes, but those changes occur when we let go for new situations to come in. So I know that there's many of you that are out there that will be able to relate to this, that'll feel that. And I encourage you to face your fears. Get a support circle that you can trust. Get people that can help you see what you are within yourself. Feel your own power, embrace it. And recognize that you deserve so much more than what you're currently in if you're struggling in something. Much love and light. Thank you guys for watching and listening.